A Russian cyber gang threatened to launch attacks against any country that takes action against Russia for its invasion of Ukraine. So just how serious is that risk, and what can be done, if anything, to stop it? News 12's Walt Kane investigates.
May 2021, the Colonial Pipeline knocked offline by hackers. The company forced to pay millions to get service restored.
The attack that Colonial Pipe suffered is a ransomware attack.
It wasn't the only one. Ransomware attacks were up more than 90% last year. From one of New Jersey's biggest hospital chains to the world's largest meat processing company, corporations are having their files stolen and held for ransom, often by cyber gangs based in Russia. And after Russia's invasion of Ukraine, one of the biggest offenders, the Conti gang, issued this warning. If any nation takes action against Russia, it will use its full capacity to deliver what it calls retaliatory measures. What types of targets could ransomware hackers hit?
And that could be anything from banking, critical infrastructure, you name it, which basically affects all of our lives as Americans.
Cybersecurity expert Scott Schober says this is not a threat America should take lightly.
There's 135 refineries throughout the United States. So those type of targeted attacks could be devastating. Suddenly the price of gas will go through the roof, and heating and so on and so forth. So those are things that will affect our lives, and we do need to be concerned about.
Kane in Your Corner dug into the Conti gang's history, and we found the group has conducted more than 1,000 separate attacks, with ransom demands as high as $25 million. But the group may now be learning a harsh lesson. Cyber warfare can be a two-way street. Hackers have targeted infrastructure inside Russia, including these charging stations. And disgruntled members of the gang have released a treasure trove of data, including the group's Bitcoin addresses.
A wealth of information is being analyzed right now, the forensics of it, or the DNA, if you were, and that's going to now suddenly make it very difficult, not just for Russia, but especially this particular gang.
Most ransomware attacks these days are targeted at government agencies or corporations. That way the gangs can get the biggest possible payout. But sometimes individuals are still targeted too. Experts say there's no surefire way to prevent an attack, but there are things you can do to minimize your risk. Back up your files and keep them secure. Don't leave them connected to the same computers they're backing up. Download the latest security updates. Don't click on email links, and always use two-factor authentication. That way, even if someone cracks your password, they won't be able to lock you out easily.
When we do that, we're 100 times more secure, and that's what a lot of people are still missing.
In Your Corner, Walt Kane, News 12.